Manchester United against Chelsea. What a big game we have here today. After the Tottenham game, after the City game, this is what Manchester United's first big game. Big game. By big game, I'm referring to the playing the top six, and it's quite exciting because now is when you get to see. We beat Arsenal and Liverpool, and we got battered by City. So now it's all about how Ten Hag is able to adapt to these different teams that set up differently, and to see if he can also beat these teams. And another thing is how we haven't really played that well against the smaller teams. We've beat Arsenal, Liverpool, and Tottenham. Three out of the five teams that are in the top six with us, the quote unquote top six with us. So yeah, Chelsea are the last one, and let's see if Tana can do that. Beat four out of the five teams, which would be impressive. And on the other side, you have Chelsea, who are a team who just lost their manager in Tuchel, which I still think was a bad decision. Not because Tuchel, I don't think Tuchel is the best manager in the world, but he's certainly not a bum, and he's helped this Chelsea team to a Champions League final, to a third place finish in the Premier League with a squad that wasn't really the squad that he wanted, as well as making it to two cup finals, the FA Cup final and the Carabao Cup final. So he deserved that at least until the end of the year, but they sacked him. They got in Potter, who is for a lot of fans of the Premier League, one of the best managers in the whole Premier League, especially with what he's done with Brighton. So it's also a team that is in a kind of rebuild phase as well, in kind of in a similar place of United. The only difference I'll say is that our manager was sacked last year, whereas Chelsea's manager was sacked earlier this season. Again, we're talking about Tuchel. I still think that it was unwarranted. But enough of that. Let's get into the starting 11s and see what both teams are working with. Uh, to Chelsea are going with Kepa at the back, who's had a couple good games. Let me just open up. I don't remember exactly which games it was. Yeah, it was against Brentford, Villa, and AC Milan in the Champions League. He's been quite good for Chelsea, especially after Mendy's shaky start of the season with the mistakes he's made. Then they're going with Cucurella, Thiago Silva, and Trevor Chabot, which is not a bad back three at all. It's quite solid, but we'll see how they fare today against this United side. Then they're going with Ben Chilwell, Jorginho, Loftus-Cheek, and Azpilicueta in the middle of the park, which I think is very weak. I think maybe not Chilwell. I still think Chilwell is quite good going forward, but defensively, he can be exploited, especially today going up against Anthony. And if we beat this game, we are 1 point behind Chelsea. If we beat them, we go level 1 points with both City and Tottenham, and we will be ahead of Chelsea. Arsenal will be the only team left to play, and Arsenal um could have 30 points of 11 games played, which is kind of fantastic for them, really. But if we beat this team today, we'll be 5 points behind City after 11 games played, which wouldn't be that bad, and we'll be inside the top four. But yeah, just going back to these, I just said that because something popped up on the screen. But going back to this midfield four of Chilwell, Jorginho, and Loftus-Cheek and Azpilicueta, I think that Jorginho, Loftus-Cheek, and Azpilicueta aren't really what's going to stop United today, and I think that we can. Thinking about us from a United point of view, we can dominate in this game because Casemiro and Ericsson are back, which I think are a great partnership, and I'm beginning to love seeing Casemiro regularly on the team. He's been fantastic for us in the past few games. Arguably our last player when you're talking about the last couple of. Mm, it's really between him, Bruno, Dallo, and yeah, between him, Bruno, and Dallo, they've been our best players for the last 3 to 4 games. But yeah, Casemiro has been solid in pretty much every single game that he's played so far this season. Whereas Jorginho, Loftus-Cheek, whenever they've played together, they've looked poor. And as Pliqueta, he isn't the same as he was a few years ago when he was constantly one of the best right backs in the league. Whereas now Aspilicueta is being seen of more as a, another player within the team that is able to lead some of the young players within the team. But when we're talking about actual ability, Aspilicueta leaves a lot to be desired at this stage in his career. And then the front three of Sterling, Aubameyang, and Mason Mount, which I think is quite solid and the best part in this team. The defense is shaky. The midfield is shaky, but Sterling, Aubameyang, and Mason Mount are kind of positives. My only problem would be what is actually going to be the connection between the midfield and attack, because Jorginho and because Jorginho is more of a deep lying midfielder, so that's not going to be his role. You could say Loftus Cheek, but not really Loftus Cheek. He doesn't really have the ability, in my opinion, to play that role. Then you can say Mount can come in and facilitate on that role. He's done it before, playing the number 10 position. However, by putting Mount in that number 10 position, you're taking him off the right, and then in that case, it's going to be Aspilicueta on that right hand side for Chelsea, which is going going to be going to leave them kind of toothless on the right hand side, and then Sterling on the left. Which again, the front three is the best part of their team. I just think that the link between attack and defense is going to hurt them in this game. But with United, they're going with De Gea, Dallo, Varane, Lisandro Martinez, and Luke Shaw. I love this back five. They've been very consistent so far this season, apart from the game against City, where they struggled. But which teams have not struggled against City this season? This is the best team in the league, in my opinion. Not in my opinion. Forget my opinion. This is City is the best team in the league. They've dominated the Premier League for the past 2 seasons without quote unquote striker. They have Erling Haaland. Not to excuse our bad performance against City, but let's put context where context matters. We played horrible against City, but for most of the games that these five played together, and even Malasia, they've been quite solid. So I really like this defense, and even in the big games against Arsenal, against Liverpool, against Tottenham, they've came through and they've done very well. The midfield of Casemiro, Bruno, and Ericsson is the best combination you can get with the current players right now at United. Whereas with Chelsea, Kante is injured. I'd love to see Kante. Kante and Kovacic is a much more threatening partnership than Jorginho and Loftus Cheek. However, Kante is injured and Kovacic is being kept on the bench. So that's that. Whereas the Chelsea's midfield partnership is not the best that they can have, but part of the reason why they're not going with Kante is because he's injured, and then Kovacic is just on the bench. With United, however, Tanak has picked his three best midfielders playing their role, with Casemiro being the more defensive one and Christian Eriksen being the more creative one, and then Bruno up front. I'm glad Eriksen is back on this team. I think we desperately need Eriksen. Eriksen, Bruno, and Casemiro cannot get injured this season. I'm going to knock on wood right now, because there's no one that can replace them. That's why I thought it was so important to keep James Garner within that team, because he just added a bit more depth in the midfield. Because as you can see now, Donny van der Beek, who's a more advanced midfielder, is out, is injured. And then the only other options you have are McTominay and Fred. I think enough said there when it comes to McTominay and Fred, because those two are and have been for the past few seasons just underwhelming. Every game I've seen these two play, underwhelming for the majority of the time. Let me not say every game, because that's kind of an unfair. Sorry, for the majority of time they've played together, it's been underwhelming. But yeah, game has started. We'll see how it goes. But let me just finish this quickly, and then Anthony, Sancho, and Rashford up front. I still think that Martial playing up front is the best option, and Rashford playing on the left is where he's best at. And Jadon Sancho should be on the bench, because he's just underperformed massively. I'm not going to say underperformed massively, because he's had a few good performances, but compared to Anthony and Rashford, he is at the moment third option in my eyes. And when you add in Martial, he's the fourth option. But that's that. We're going to get into Ronaldo more as the games continues. But that's it for the game. There it is. Game starts. Game starts. Let's pay attention to the game and see how things go today. Varane on the ball. Martinez well played. Looks sure. Loftus-Cheek wins it back. Kepa. Here Martinez. Varane now. Oh, Rashford loses the ball in a dangerous position. Here comes Chelsea. Loftus-Cheek. Oh yeah, my score prediction is going to be a 2-1. 2-1 victory to United. 2-1. Sorry, no, not 2-1. I'm gonna say 2-0. I believe in our defense to keep a clean sheet today. 2-0 victory for United. Montez on the ball. Well played. Throw in Chelsea. Throw in United. Eriksen is so important to this team. So important. He's that link up between bad pass from Dalu, that link up between attack and midfield that we so desperately need. And I didn't really appreciate. I knew Eriksen was very important to this team, but I began to appreciate Eriksen more, especially after the last two games against Tottenham and City, where he didn't play, and Fred came back to replace him, and it just made me realize just how important he really is to this team. I already knew it, just made me realize it even more, especially within this current United squad. Eriksen's one of the first names um, on that team sheet. Chelsea now, Kepa. Good pass, Cucurella. Free kick, Chelsea. Slightly fall from Anthony. There's no need to make it to foul Chilwell. Don't think he meant to foul him, but there's no need for that. Need more composure in these games. Plays it back. Kepa out wide. Sterling loses the ball, thrown to United. Good pressure there from Varane. Martinez. David. Casemiro Manon. Anthony loses the ball, throwing Chelsea. Silly there from Anthony. What was the point of that? Just play it quickly or turn around and try beat your man. That was so pointless what he just did. Throwing Chelsea again. Darlow sat down by Sterling, but Casemiro's there to cover. Throwing United this time. Mr. David De Gea and Mr. Kepa. Two um, goalkeepers with a mistake in them. Two goalkeepers with who at any moment can, change the game. But at the same time, two keepers who, when when they are on their day, they are fantastic. De Gea more so than Kepa, but I still think that Kepa's a good goalkeeper whenever he's not, trying to sabotage his team. Casemiro, Anthony, great defender there from Chilwell. Chilwell's on his toes. He knows what's coming. Anthony's always going to trying to bomb it down that right hand side. That's a good separation he kept then, and he just cleared it to the side. You don't need to do too much there. Casemiro, good pass. Casemiro to Sancho. Casemiro's fantastic. Sancho inside the box. Shit pass. What the hell was the point of that? Lofts his cheek, leaves it to Aubameyang. Now this is dangerous. But Martinez is there. 1-on-1. 2-on-1 on Varane. What a crap pass from Aubameyang. What the hell was that? Martinez very well done there, keeping up with Aubameyang, and then Varane coming in to cover with him. I think it was Dallo who made that pass, and I don't know what Dallo was thinking about there. What was the point of that pass? Foreign United. Look sure to take it. Mason Mount. Foreign United. Great defender there from Martinez. See what money makes in it today. The hell. Plays a short to Martinez. De Gea, I'm talking about in mistake prone. This man cannot distribute to save his life. Ericsson, Bruno and Casemiro, good link up. Ball with Shaw now. Final third now. Look, Shaw, can he get a pass in? Close, close, close. He could have passed the ball to Anthony. There was no point to take that shot. He could have passed the ball. But great link up there from Ericsson, Casemiro, and Bruno. But then Luke Shaw just. What was the point of that shot? And you think about the angle that he was in as well. He could have squared the ball to Anthony. But I digress. Goal kick, Chelsea. Here they come. Aspley. Mr. Fabrizio Hussein. How you doing, bro? How are you doing? This Tuesday, Barcelona, Bayern Munich. Don't forget, I'm streaming that. I'm not working on Tuesday as well. Or Wednesday. I'm not doing nothing on this day. So I'm streaming that day. Bayern, Barcelona. Because Barcelona, at least when it comes to the Champions League and whenever they're playing big teams, they've come up short every single time this year. I'm doing good, bro. How are you doing? I'm doing fantastic. I'm doing fantastic. Well, you can't say that about your team. You need to back your team, especially on how high you've been about them with this whole Xavi system and whatnot. You need to be high on your team, bro. Come on. Oh yeah. While there's people here, go subscribe to Player's Choice. Mr. From Plays, how you doing? Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. If I had my soundboard, actually, I'll try to find my soundboard at halftime. I just find my soundboard. And I mean find it because it's in my room. But I just don't know what the hell it is. Good pass there from Casemiro. Anthony coming through. Anthony, head up, head up, head up, head up. We have no striker. That's the problem. Anthony, good pass. Ericsson. Out to Dallo. Dallo, good 1-2 with Bruno. Out to Anthony again. We're getting too far from the box. We have no striker. That's the problem. We can only score on counter attacks. We can't score like this. Anthony, such a pointless. He does so many pointless skills. Why did he flick the ball up there? So when people compare Anthony to Neymar, he actually pisses me off. They're not close at all. Does Neymar do a lot of skills? For sure. But Neymar is so efficient with those skills. Anthony just does some pointless things. That's why they call him a fidget spinner. That's why I can't be mad at that sometimes. Oh yeah, I was saying. While I'm at this, go subscribe to Player's Choice. Before I forget, I'm gonna start leaving this on the chat every time. The link is in the chat. Go subscribe. Anthony Shaw, good save from Kepa. It wasn't going in, but it's a good save. Player's Choice, they do sports content, not just basketball, American football content. They also do football content as well. No, the ball was going in. Great save from Kepa. That was going in. Sorry. That was going in. Yeah, but I was saying, thank you, Mr. Altaf. They do a podcast on Mondays. Good cross. Good cross from Sancho. Good cross from Sancho. They do a podcast on Mondays. It's called PC Footy. And I've been on it for 2 weeks, and I'm going to be now on the third week. So if you want to watch more content, make sure to watch Player's Choice on Monday nights at 9:30 p.m. Is there another corner? No, it's not. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Here comes Chelsea. Good cross. Varane! Rolls Royce. Good clearance. What a clearance from Varane. I was thinking about this because someone said that Varane hasn't been a top 10 midfielder ever in his career, especially not for the last 5 seasons. Good clearance there from Rashford. Now is when we can score, getting on this counter. But as I was saying, 10 midfield is better than Varane. I think that's very hard to name. So that's Bonucci. I'm talking about for the last 8 years. Since the Champions League thing it started with Sergio Ramos. There's Bonucci, there's Chiellini, there's Sergio Ramos, there's Van Dijk, Koulibaly. I want to throw in Boateng just for the sake of it. And I think that's about it. I think those are the only midfielders better than... Oh, there's Company as well. Thiago Silva. Let me check up. You can say Hummels. I think Varane's better than Hummels. Uh, PK, not for the last few years. But yeah, for the sake of argument, let's still say PK and Hummels. It's one, two, three, four, five. Oh, so one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. That's nine. Varane is a top 10, top 10 centre back, or at least has been for the last few seasons. Bye, bro. See you. Foreign, please. Nice to have you in, bro. See you next time. Here comes Anthony. Anthony now on the ball. Good pass, Lale. Releases to Anthony. Keeps the ball on. Fantastic drop from Anthony there. I have mixed feelings about Anthony there. Anthony still. I'm not completely sold, but at the same time, I can't hate him. Good pass from Bruno. Sancho. Back to Bruno. Sure. We've only started to do too many things. We're offside. We're not a team that can just play inside the opposition's box. We need to take things quickly. We don't have that type of quality within our team. So that pass from Bruno, it was a good pass. And then when Sancho gave it back to Bruno, should have tried to take a shot or something there. Then Sancho took too long to get back from the outside. This team give me a headache sometimes. My one's on minute. Give me a second. Let's just change. 17. It's meant to be on 18. That's not bad. Being 1 minute behind is not bad. Comes Chelsea. Oh, you want ahead. You want ahead of mine. Cucurella. Good pass. Loftus Cheek. Loses the ball. Varane now on the ball. Plays it back to the Gea. Oh, I forgot. World Cup's coming up. I was trying to look at the games which I'm going to be free for. And there's quite a few of them, to be fair. Jeez, look, I think the World Cup starts around the 18th, no, 19th, 21st. That's when it starts. 21st of November. England against Iran on a Monday, opening game. Won't be able to stream that one. USA against Wales at will. Yeah, I will. I will. Let's check that one. Here comes Bruno. We can't do this. We can only score on the counter, Bruno. What are you doing? Good switch there. Sure, Sancho now. Ericsson. That's Miro. Good switch. Ball with Kepa. Wednesday. I can do it on Wednesday. Thursday. Kepa on the ball. Long pass. Both teams right now look toothless, man. Casemiro, good pass to Anthony. Anthony, good pass to Sancho. Can he get there? He can, but can't keep it on. It's a good idea from Anthony. Just a bit too much for Sancho. Greece. I need to get my soundboard. Reese has grass on his head. That's crazy. So yeah, 21st of November. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Both teams right now are just playing pragmatic football. What's the point? We're not here to watch this. We're here to watch exciting Premier League football. Throw in United. So far, United with 2 shots. I'm not even going to read the stats here because it's pointless. Jeez. Poor from both teams. Ericsson with the free kick. Can he whip the ball in? Give it to Bruno. Shaw. Sancho. Rashi, good one too. Anthony keeps it on. Fantastic. And Anthony winning a free kick in a dangerous position for United. Good job. He's been good for us so far. Especially, and when you also think about his age and where he can be in a few seasons, he's only 22. He's going to be 23 this year. I mean, next year. I'm beginning to like Anthony. I never disliked him per se, but I was never sold on that idea of Anthony. However, the last few games, he's changed my mind. And even on the games that he doesn't score or get an assist, he's still able to have his impact within the team. Rashford with the leg. Come on, Rashford. Hold this. Come on, Marcus. Ericsson, move. He's done it before. He's done it before. I was excited. I look like a fool now. Oh my days. This team only knows to disappoint me. Throwing United. Sorry, foul on Chelsea. Free kick to Chelsea. What was I saying? Asby. So far, both strikers invisible. Anthony and Rashford. Sorry, and Rashford and Aubameyang. Both players. I haven't even had Rashford has had the shot blocked, but that's from a free kick. 0 shots from both of them so far. Here comes Rashi. See, that's why you play Rashford on the left. Sancho. No one in the box. Sancho loses the ball. Fantastic. Free kick United. Free kick United. Ericsson to take it. Plays a short. Sancho to Rashford. Good 1-2 with Bruno. Cucurella was paying attention. Luke Shaw, good job there. Second chance for United. Bruno. Pass. Anthony. Who the hell was that? What the hell was that? What's the point? And then Mr. Kepa. Free kick, I mean, corner United. If we score from here, plays a short, Bruno, Ericsson, Sancho. What? What the hell was that? Thrown to United. David. Plays a short. Casemiro. Then Anthony and Dalu not being able to talk to each other. Thrown to Chelsea. Thrown to United. Dalu, Rashford, Anthony. Ericsson, well done there. Wins the ball back. Casemiro to Bruno. Good pass to Rashford. Oh, this guy. Effing hell, man. Kept a good save. So I say about pointless. Some of this guy's skills are just pointless. Dalo on the ball. Casemiro. Martinez to Ericsson. Switch play, Ericsson. Switch play. Good pass. Luke Shaw can't take a touch. Throw into Chelsea. Bad touch from Luke Shaw. Oh man, sometimes I give up on this team. How did Rashford miss that? Great pass from Bruno as well. As much as I love to defend Rashford, this man is just hot and cold sometimes. You get a couple of good games from him, to the next few will just be shy. Casemiro. Good pass. Thoughts on the Ronaldo situation? Okay, let's talk about Mr. Ronaldo then. Let's talk about Mr. Ronaldo. Here's the thing with Ronaldo. First of all, when it comes to what Ronaldo has been able to do on the pitch for United so far this season, and the reason why he's not being picked by Ten Hag is because Ronaldo doesn't really add much to our team anymore. For a long time, Ronaldo has just been a goal scorer, and he hasn't really added much. Doesn't really add much else to the game. However, last season it was okay to still keep him within the team,
And when people said that um, we was with Ronaldo, they were being delusional because he was still scoring goals for us. Look at the Champions League. We would not have made it out of that group stage if it wasn't for Ronaldo. I rarely say this because I still believe that football is a team sport, and ever rarely is a player really able to carry a team. But what Ronaldo did in that Champions League group stage last season was an absolute carry. Every single game in that Champions League, Ronaldo carried us. And in the league, he was still able to score 18 goals. He was still able to be the third top scorer in the league with us being as bad as we were. So Ronaldo's game hasn't changed much. The only difference was that last season he was scoring all those goals, and a lot of the mistakes, or not mistakes, but a lot of the how do you say it? A lot of the things that he didn't add to the game were kind of that he didn't add to the game were kind of overlooked. However, this season the goals are not coming in, and because he's not scoring goals with the way that Tanag wants to play, Ronaldo doesn't really add anything else to the team. We'll get into the other side of the Ronaldo problem in a second, but I'm just talking about on the pitch at the moment. With the way that Tanag wants to play, he can't even really play the way he wants to play. If you saw how Ajax played for the last 3 seasons, last 3 4 seasons, it's very different to how we're playing. Not very, very, but it is different from how we're playing right now because it doesn't really have the pieces in this team at the moment to um to allow him to play in that way. The pressing up front and the movement and all the movement that he wants from his players playing in that final third, Ronaldo doesn't really add. Ronaldo doesn't press, so just there and then he's kind of useless in this 10x system offensively. He wouldn't be useless if he was scoring goals, but he's not even doing that. Ronaldo doesn't create either. He can't play off the wing anymore because doesn't really have it in his legs to be doing all those skills and all that running anymore. So all Ronaldo adds at this late stage in his career is goal scoring. And as we've seen, he's not scoring goals. So what's the point of keeping him within the team? That's number one. And that's the reason, good shot from Rashford. And that's the reason why he's been kept out of the team by Tanak. He doesn't really fit the way he wants to play. And now you come and talk about the other side, which is the way Ronaldo has been behaving off the pitch. The whole preseason thing, I think, it is bigger than what we thought. One, he was looking to leave, and there was the whole thing with his child. His twin child died. So I kind of I'm not too hard on Ronaldo missing the preseason. However, the last game of the preseason when him and other players left just showed that he wasn't really with the team like that. And by the team like that, I mean he he was part of the squad, but he wasn't really a team member, if that makes sense. And that's been evident since last season. And then all his antics have just culminated and been in full effect on that Tottenham game where Tanak asked him to come on and he refused. How does a player refuse to come on the pitch and just walk out? That is something I'm trying to think. Maybe there are a few examples, not just in football, but also other team sports. But off of the top of my head, I can't think of any other examples um, because it's not very common. That doesn't happen often. Players can't do that. And Ronaldo, for him to do that, just shows how disrespectful he is. And now, again, as I said in my last point, he's part of the squad, but he's not a team member. So those 2 points, and then the third point I was getting to was the fact that he wanted to leave. This man was looking for every and any team to take him in the summer. And I'm pretty sure that George Mendes is doing that right now. Point number one, he Ronaldo within this 10x system, it's not really him anymore. Doesn't really add much. Point two, Ronaldo's antics have kind of um have kind of tainted his image in the last 2 to 5 months. And number three, the fact that he wanted to leave so bad left a sour taste in a lot of United fans. So those three things combined are the reason why, at the moment, I am. I want to say disappointed in Ronaldo because he's still my favorite player of all time. Still, him and Kobe are still my favorite athletes of all time. However, I'm disappointed. Definitely disappointed. And that's really my thoughts on the Ronaldo situation. We'll leave it at that. That's just my thoughts. And those 3 points that I mentioned, I hated the fact that he wanted to leave to any and every team. Because if he said, for example, Bayern Munich, if he said, I want to go to Bayern Munich next season, I'd be okay, fair enough. You don't want to be with us anymore. You don't really want to be with us because of the way we play. And you think you can win more trophies with Bayern Munich in this later stage of your career. First. But no, look at the off teams he was talking to. A lot of those teams, I think, were rumors, like Sporting. However, all the other teams that were mentioned, I think that those teams were true. And the fact that there were so many rumors just shows the fact that George Mendes was going around Europe to look at other teams that Ronaldo could have possibly gone to. Then the fact that the way Ten Hag wants to play, the positive football that he wants to play, I like Ten Hag's football. And Ronaldo just doesn't fit that system anymore. He's not that player anymore. And the only thing that he does add to the game is goals. And he's not scoring goals, so he deserves to be on the bench. And then three, his antics are just pissing me off at this moment. Me and a lot of United fans. But that's my thoughts, and that's pretty much it. But thank you for the question, Altaf, because I wanted to talk about it, and you just reminded me. Thank you, bro. Then I hate how the Ronaldo fan base saying that Ten Hag is being disrespectful towards him and is a shite manager. 100% the most cancerous fan base. Obviously, Ronaldo's one of the goats, but come on, a time's up. I, don't say goat because that's kind of like I hate when people say goat because it's like the term goat is greatest of all time. There can only be one goat. That's Messi. Ronaldo's a fantastic player. He's a top two player, but he's not number one. Aubameyang, good shot there. Ronaldo is top two, and he's not number one. So I I understand you trying to give him his flowers by saying goat, but you don't have to. He's not. He's not. He's not. He's not. He is not. Definitely one of the greatest of all time. That's still. It just the term goat. For me, is singular, not plural. That's pretty much it. And yeah, a lot of the Ronaldo fans are. Let's go, man. Oh, yeah, yeah. Have it. Have it. Have it. He is. Finally, a man. Yeah, he is. With some brains, he is the greatest of all time. I think it's been undeniable since 2018. Some people could say since 2012, but I say since 2018, it's been undeniable. Especially at the beginning of this season. Not because Messi's like being absolutely fantastic with PSG, but even Messi in this late, where both players are at this later stage in their careers. Messi doesn't need to score to be impactful. Messi can score 0 goals from now to the end of the season. He'll still be on that PSG starting 11 because of all of the things he adds to the team. When Ronaldo's not scoring, it's like we're playing with 10 men. And yeah, well, again, the Ronaldo fan base is annoying. And if you say that Ten Hag's being disrespectful, I mean, I guess you haven't really been watching the game. The game, sorry. Because the way because just one simple aspect of Ten Hag's football is the fact that he loves his forwards to press because he likes to win the ball higher up on in the pitch. Ronaldo hasn't been pressing since. Good job from Ericsson. When was the last time you can really think of a Ronaldo pressing? I'm gonna say 2013, 2014, around the time. Since 2015, Ronaldo has not been a player to press the opposition. So just there and then, it's like you already that's already something going against you. But yeah, that's that's all. We've been talking about Ronaldo for like 15 minutes now. That's all of the Ronaldo talk I want us to have. Good pass from Aubameyang, Mr. Blake Hernandez. How you doing, bro? You nearly you scored against City today. How do you feel about that game? Anthony, good pass to Rashi. I mean, going up against City because of inevitable now. Rashford, bad pass. Loftus Cheek, free kick to Chelsea. How are you doing, Mr. Blake Hernandez? How's the US treating you? If Aubameyang was able to deflect this ball, it would have been almost impossible for the Gea to have saved it. Kepa. Mr. Fabrizio showing Blake some love. Long ball. Aubameyang, Kovacic. This guy's going to be a problem. Kovacic coming off is definitely a problem. Chelsea Sterling. Aubameyang. Aubameyang. Thank God you're a bum. Jeez, if you scored that, it would have been picked for us. Oh, good. This guy missed. Mason Mount, good pass. Sterling, good pass as well. Aubameyang just completely missed the ball. What? Checking for a pen. What are you doing? Darlow has been fantastic this season. Loftus Cheek looks like that big Scouse guy from Top Boy. Oh yeah. I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about. The one with the car, where they went to destroy his car at the end. Martinez, good job there. Luke Shaw plays the ball in. Sancho wasn't quite able to get to free kick. Free kick, Chelsea. Ugh, this game has been so anticlimactic. Jeez. Both teams have just been poor. Kepa. Good pass. Anthony missed the sitter. Must be now. Bruno. Good pass. Oh. Did that not go in? Oh, his right foot is dead. How? Martinez, great challenge there. Bruno, great pass. It wasn't a sitter, to be fair, but that was a great chance. He has no right foot. No right foot whatsoever.
1 minute at a time. Casemiro, ball to Rashford. Can he get there? Go on, Rashi. Sancho. Uh, pressed him, pressed him, pressed him. Chelsea, great switch. Chilwell. Dallo is there. Dallo has been unplayable so far this season, man. Kovacic. Having Kovacic there is fantastic, but again, he kind of bridges what I was talking about between attack and defense. Who came off for Chelsea? Sorry. Cucurella, that's it. They look much better. Since Kovacic came on, they've looked much better. Now that they're playing, that's the end of the first half. Now they're playing with four at the back. That's what happened. I was like, why is Chelsea playing so well? They finally gone with four at the back with Cheek, Jorginho, and Mount and Kovacic in the midfield. I still think that Jorginho and Loftus Cheeks are both frauds, but having Kovacic there, who in my opinion is one of the best midfielders in the Premier League, that has definitely changed the game for Chelsea in the last 15 to 20 minutes. But yeah, I think Chelsea are going to grow into this game, especially with Kovacic now there. It's just about Aubameyang being able to be more clinical from now on. And with United, we've had that one good chance with Anthony where he just completely missed the goal. We've had 4 shots on target. We're just not being clinical. Against like Arsenal and Liverpool, the few chances that we had, we buried them, but that's not been the case against Chelsea today. Chelsea have had 3 shots in this first half, and out of those 3, only 1 has gone on target. We've had almost 3 times the amount of shots that Chelsea have, and we've still not been able to score. We need to change that in the second half. That is not acceptable in any manner. Both teams have played well, to be fair. They've not played bad, but they've also not played good. They've been all right. They've been all right. AJVM, Mr. Adam. I'm clapping now. I need my soundboard. Why am I clapping? I need my soundboard. I need to find it. I'll go find my soundboard. But yeah, how are you doing, Adam? Estoy bien. ¿Y tú cómo estás? Mr. Adam. The community is back. The loyal ones. Adam. Fabrizio Hussein. Blake. The 3 most loyal members of the JVM community. But yeah. This first this first half, sorry, has been lackluster because these are both teams that are competing for a top 4 spot, and for Chelsea to only have 1 shot on target, and for United to have 4 but to not score any, is again lackluster. I'm using that word too much so far. Pretend I'm the soundboard. Sheesh. Muy bien. We'll Even though we lost against City, we had more possession. We did better than them in the second half. But that have been good so far this season. It's gonna be between them and Newcastle, the battle for who can pop into the top 6. That's the link for the podcast. The podcast we do First Choice every Monday at 9:30 p.m. But yeah, what are the other games saying so far? Good day. Liverpool, the biggest frauds this season, losing 1-0 to Forest. Everton beat Palace 3-0. City continue on their high with a 3-1 victory against Brighton. And Mr. Erling Haaland with another 2 goals. How many is that now? How many goals is that for Haaland now? I think it is 17 goals. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. We're not even halfway done. And this man is only 3 goals away from scoring 20 this season. He's going to score 20 goals before 15 games. That's disgusting. 17 goals in 11 matches. When Haaland first came to the Premier League, I said that we've have to put the league on hold for the next 5 seasons. I still thought that Haaland was going to be able to score 20 goals this season, and I believe that Haaland was going to be able to break Salah's record. However, I did not believe that it was going to be this season. I knew they were going to win the league with Haaland. I knew that he was going to score at least 20 goals. Yeah, at least 20 goals. But I did not expect this. I did not expect Haaland to be this good. 17 goals in 11 matches. That's crazy. That is genuinely crazy. Liverpool 18 IG. 4 goals behind last season's Golden Boy tally. What? No, what? Oh yeah, we haven't talked about the Ballon d'Or, have we? We haven't, because I haven't streamed since then. It happened on Monday. Yeah, I haven't streamed since then. What are you guys' thoughts on the Ballon d'Or? Of course, actually, let me bring up the Ballon d'Or top 10. Top 10. Um, so Benzema won it, of course. Not much debate there, and I think if you disagree with Benzema being the winner of the Ballon d'Or from last season, I think you need to go and get checked. But yeah, Benzema won, Mane second, De Bruyne third, Lewandowski fourth, Salah fifth, Mbappe sixth, Courtois seven, Vinny eighth, Luca ninth, and Haaland 10th. The one problem I have with the Ballon d'Or, and it also comes to it shows from the fact that City was not the team of the season last season. I think City, although they lost 3 finals, they were still the team of the season last season. This is a team that went to the last second in every competition they were in. They go to the Champions League final, they go to the FA Cup and EFL Cup final, and they won both of those titles, and they played to the very last whistle in the Premier League against City. People have talked about how fantastic City were last season, but Liverpool were only 1 point behind them. So for them to give it to Real Madrid, now who won it? No, it was City that won it. For them to give it to City and not Liverpool, Real Madrid, to me is kind of crazy. But I digress. The one problem I have with the Ballon d'Or, as I was saying, is the fact that the Ballon d'Or doesn't. Faris first, Benzema deserved. Yeah, he did the season. Benzema deserved it 100%. But yeah, sorry, I'm kind of losing track. Let me just zoom in because you guys can't see. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. The problem I have with the Ballon d'Or, as I've been trying to say for now 5 minutes, is the fact that the Ballon d'Or is not an individual award. It should be, is what it presents itself to be, but in reality, it isn't. And I'll explain why. Was Mane good last season? Mane was fantastic last season. However, he was great from the second half of the season because he had a horrible start to the season with Liverpool. He struggled at the beginning of the season. That's why it was also important for them to go out there and get Luis Diaz. The main reason why Mane is second is because he also won the AFCON. And the AFCON shouldn't count in an award like this that presents itself to be an individual award, because individually, I think Salah had a better than Mane. I think he did. Um, Vinny deserves to be there. I'm actually quite glad that Luka Modric is here because in the Premier League and the La Liga, I thought that he was still the engine of Real Madrid even at the age of 36, which is kind of fun. It's just outrageous. Haaland 10th. For the most part, I like the Ballon d'Or because for the most part, it shows who the best players in the world were in each year for the most part. But then you have things like Mane being second, and it's like this is meant to be an individual award. Mane didn't have the second best individual season last year. Salah led the league in goals and assists. Just individually speaking, he was better than Mane. And in the Champions League, he was the best player for Liverpool as well. But we're talking about individually, the Ballon d'Or sometimes, or at least for yeah, sometimes gets things wrong because of that. And that's also the reason why Ronaldo didn't win in 2018. Because individually, Ronaldo was better than Modric, but he didn't win it because Modric was able to go with his team. And people say Modric took his team to the World Cup final. No player takes their team to the World Cup final. Croatia were a good side, but because Ronaldo, with that crap manager of Fernando Santos being kicked out in the round of 16, they his stocks in the Ballon d'Or dropped considerably. And even in the World Cup, I mean, just look at the game against Spain. Individually speaking, Ronaldo was the best player that year, but he didn't win it. But that's just my little rant on the Ballon d'Or and why I think at times it doesn't really present to be what it's meant to be. But for the most part, they got things right. Hala is in the top 15, which I do like. Yeah, for the most part, they got things right. For the most part, it's just these small mistakes that they make that just makes me think like. And to be fair, it's not a small mistake; it's a big mistake because Mane's second. In a few years, in like 10, 15 years, casual fans are going to look back and they're going to think that Mane was the second best player in the world based on these rankings, and he wasn't. But yeah, that was my little rant on the Ballon d'Or. Messi is winning it this season if he wins the World Cup with goals, but that's the thing. Why why does Messi need to win the World Cup for him to win the Ballon d'Or? It's an individual award. It's not a team effort. Winning the World Cup is not a Messi accomplishment. It's a team effort. It's an Argentina accomplishment. Argentina national team accomplishment, not a Messi accomplishment. Are you planning to go to any games at the World Cup in Qatar? No. No. However, I'm planning on streaming a lot of the games, but I'm not going to Qatar to watch the games now. I do want to go to the World Cup, to the next World Cup, which is going to be USA, Mexico, and Canada. That's going to be crazy. That's going to be one for the ages, hopefully. But this one in Qatar, I'm good. I'm going to stay at home and stream from my room. Messi already has 23 goal contributions this season. He is back. Context, Ligue 1. Context in the PSG side. But yeah, Messi has been fantastic this season. No, individually speaking, Messi was the best. No, he wasn't. Messi was not better than Ronaldo. He did not have a better individual season than Ronaldo in 2018. But to be fair, I might be wrong. Because I need to go and look back. I was comparing Modric and Ronaldo. I wasn't even thinking about Messi. I need to go and look back. Wait, that's actually a very good point, Altaf. It's a very good point. I'm out here debating about Ronaldo and Modric in 2018, and this guy just comes out and says, "No, Messi was better than them." That is funny. And you know what? He was. Oh, that's crazy. You're right, Mr. Fabrizio. You're right. I was wrong. You're right. He was better. And I'm just not looking about the numbers, but also the fact that you look at where the Barcelona team was in 2018. Very good point. Individually speaking, Messi was better. Tough. Very good point. 77 goal assist contributions. He did. He did it. Check it if you want. I just checked him. Even we ain't going to Qatar, unfortunately, with Qatar being a few hours away from here. You're not going. Hmm. Yeah, don't go. Don't waste your time. Altaf is never. Yeah, bro. Altaf, first to you. But yeah, we've been talking a lot. I was gonna go and get something, but at halftime. But the game's back. Game's back. No changes made from any manager, from other manager. We'll see how it ends. We'll see how it ends. Sterling, good pass. Now, if Chelsea playing with four at the back, we need to hit them on the counter. They are vulnerable. This defense, this centre back partnership of Thiago Silva and Trevor Shaloba, it is a vulnerable partnership. And then Aspliqueta on the right. Now is the time to win the game. Then a midfield partnership of Loftus-Cheek and Jorginho. We need to take advantage of this. Aspi still on the ball. Plays it back. Jorginho, nothing. Don't let him cross, Sancho. Don't let him cross. Good job. Lost the cheek. Aspli. Ericsson wins it back. Good pass. Rashford. Bruno. Counter. Good pass to Anthony Bruno. Too much. Too much. Too much. Too much. Too much. Oh, I was celebrating already. Too much from Bruno. Here comes Chua. No support. Gives it to Mount. Inside the box, but Casemiro is there. Our defense is actually good now. Just great to say. Manchester United actually have a competent defense now. All right, guys, I'm leaving. All right, see you, Adam. See you, Adam. Have any have my term exam that I set 12 hours accountancy as well. Okay, see you, bro. Adios. Corner for Chelsea. Why is Talang talking to Fred? Goal kick for United. Here takes it. Jorginho play to Kovacic. Here comes Alec though. Anthony on the ball. Cassie, good play. Ericsson. Martinez, good pass. Sancho, can he get across in? Alto, sure. Too much, too much, too much, too much. Too much. He's taking Sancho for Fred. Sancho for Fred. Bro, 10 minutes long. We 10 minutes. Kepa. Bruno Cross. There's no one there, bro. There's no presence in the box. We need Martial. Could have had Ronaldo, but you know what that guy is like. Chilwell on the wing. Chilwell. Good pass to Abu. But it's too much. Varane. Good pass to Shaw. Good pass to Rashford. Wrong way, Rashi. Here he comes. Rashford has been arguably the worst player on the pitch for United. This has been bad. Jeez. Bruno's played quite well so far, to be fair to him. Kepa. Martinez could pass. Wasn't here for about 5 minutes. What did I miss? Nothing. You've missed nothing. Here comes Dalo. Oh yeah. Sancho came off for Fred. So you missed nothing. Kepa. Good cross, Sterling. Good look, show was there. Free kick to United. Don't tell me Varane's injured again. By himself as well. He didn't touch anyone and no one touched him. Varane just gets injured for no reason. Jeez, man. Varane got slept. Nah, but jokes aside though, this guy, man, he can't stay fit. Lindelof warming up. Probably pulled his groin or something. Again, I wish him a speedy recovery. It's not his fault that he got injured, but jeez. The guy just keeps getting injured. Whenever our defense begins to look good, then we have to do without Varane for another few weeks. Can never get any type of consistency with the man on the pitch. Martinez, why are you holding his hand? Some of these players, man. Yeah, he's not okay. He pulled something there. I wish him a speedy recovery, man. Whenever he begins to perform, whenever he gels, finally gels well with a good back five, he's out again. Now we need to play with Lindelof, the man who's useless in the air. Casemiro loses the ball. Here comes Chelsea the counter. Sterling. Good pass. Abiba. Abima. What am I saying? Bruno, counter. Good pass. Fred. Switch play. Switch play. That's it. Anthony. Ericsson. Ball to Fred. Yo, Fred is useless. Fred is actually useless. On the left, good pass, sure. Bruno. David. Rashford, good pass. Bruno. Back to Shaw. It's going to end in a draw. I'm tired of this game already. Martinez, good tackle there. Throw in. Aspie. Fred. What are you doing? Aspie back to Mount. To Loftus Cheek. Both teams are crap. That's all I know. So I picked both teams to finish fifth and sixth, respectively. Oh my days, they're both so bad. It's been one of the hardest games to watch so far this season. This game is boring now. Yes, it is. So I said this. Just are going to finish fifth. Sorry, we're going to finish sixth. Both teams are whack. Bruno. Sprays the ball forwards. Jorginho. Mount. Can he get across in? Doesn't. Good defending there from Fred. Gets beat though. Mount. Martinez, right place, right time. Bruno on the counter. That's what I mean about Bruno, man. This man is so erratic. No composure to his game whatsoever. There was no one there. He used to just spray the ball forward. That's it. Overrated. Casemiro Ericsson. Sorry, Anthony. What was the point of that? Ericsson, good pass. Bro, Trevor has been on it all game. So I mean, Anthony's such a pointless dribbler. It's actually mind-boggling. Don't ever compare Anthony to Neymar ever again, please. These guys belong in different universes. Don't ever compare Neymar, one of the greatest football players of all time, to Anthony ever again. This man's an absolute joker. I must drop the F bomb. This team just pisses me off. Casemiro, Ericsson, Fred. Fred can't keep the ball to save his life, man. Casemiro, Fred. Foul from Aspie. Free kick to United. Look at the way he's taking out his tongue. This man meant to hurt Bruno. What the hell? This guy's a psychopath. Anyways, free kick to United. Casemiro. Bad pass. Chelsea in the counter now. They come. I need to stop having expectations. That's my problem. I set myself up for this. I genuinely thought that this was going to be a good game. Why did I think that two teams that play pragmatic football were ever going to do anything entertaining? Corner Chelsea. My comments are disappearing. What do you mean? United fans saying that Roy should become manager and Ten Hag should step down because Keane supports Ronaldo and Ten Hag plays. Yeah, it's that people that are donable. If you don't know football, then that's the kind of take I expect you to have. Oh, dangerous header there from Trevor. This man has been solid all game as well. Solid all game. And nearly made the difference there for Chelsea. The two worst players on the pitch today, Aubameyang and Rashford. The two worst players on the pitch today. Both of them, and the man comes off now. Both of them borderline useless. Crazy. Ericsson, good pass.
This game's going to end 0-0. I don't see either team scoring from this point on. I'd be very, very surprised if either team scored this late into the game. Good pass there, but Aspilicueta got that first. Good movement from Rashford as well. Ericsson, Casemiro, bad pass. Simple pass. These guys can still are able to mess it up. Ronaldo fanboys are so cringy, man. Who are you talking about? Give me an example. Ericsson corner, bad corner. Bruno wins it, leaves it to Rashford. Rashford 1-2. Never mind. Ericsson, good pass to Bruno. Get across in, son. Get across in. Leaves it. Offside. Oh, I thought he was going to score there. Casemiro, good ball. Sure. Bomb it, bomb it, bomb it, bomb it, bomb it. Leave it to the left. Never mind. Bruno. First, the fanboys. Kepa goal kick. Ericsson. Good pass. One, bad cross. Second, don't cross because we don't have anyone up front. We don't have anyone up front, Ericsson. Don't cross. It's pointless.
Ericsson's coming off. And Rashford out for Elanga. We went from having no presence up front, from having no presence up front. Bruno playing as a false nine. I don't hate that. Kovacic. Good switch. Outspeed. Good job from Fred. Good switch. Comes Dallo. 9 minutes to go. Diogo Dallo. Pass the ball. This man, whenever he gets the ball, he just dribbles forwards. Nothing else. Doesn't think about nothing else. He just dribbles forwards. Jeez, man. This guy's so dead. Casemiro. Ericsson. Sorry, Luke Shaw. Elanga, bad pass. Chelsea on the counter. Mr. Martinez is there. This man has been fantastic. Solid at the back. Our best player so far in this game. Him and Casemiro have been solid all game. Corner for Chelsea. Cross from Chilwell. Another corner for. Is that a pen? There's no way. Is that a pen? Why is McTominay so stupid? It is a penalty. Why is McTominay so useless? Pen for Chelsea. Jorginho. This is why. Why did McTominay come? Now the Ronaldo fan base will say they United lost because he didn't play. This guy needs to get sold. Why did he grab him? Why couldn't you just keep up? Why did you have to grab him? I'm so done with this club, man. Martinez. No words. No words. Mantle played Pulisic. Throwing Chelsea. Six minutes of extra time. And then I'm done with this game. Alanga to the box. Cross. No one. Dalu, good turn. Good turn from Dalu. Cross. Nothing. Cross. What? Goal. That's a goal. Yes! Casemiro, yes. Come on. Yes. Come on. About time. Jeez. Yes. Come on. Still played. Still played very bad in this game. Kepa, good save. It was a good save from Kepa, but that was what a header from Casemiro. That's a goal. Yo, Kepa, good save.
But it was too little. The header was way better. Yes. Still got 5 minutes to go. That's what you call a big game player right there. My score prediction was a 2-1 victory for United. Come on. Score and make me right. Thrown to United. Sorry, it's offside. Come on, let's go. About time. Jeez. We've not played well for the whole game. Our defense was shaky as well. But that goal from Casemiro saved us today. If we had conceded that goal, we would be 3 points behind Chelsea. With this goal, we're neck on neck with them. That's what we needed. Game over. 1-1. It was a mess. It was a mess today. I'm going to leave it here, but another stream with this great community that we're building here. But this game was not it. This was a boring game. I'll tell you that. It was a boring game with moments where both teams just didn't look up to par. But yeah, big up JVM. Great show, great content. Thank you, Blake. Big up to you. We are back on Tuesday. Back on Monday. Player's Choice. Go subscribe to Player's Choice. Podcast on Monday at 9:30 p.m. And I'm back here. My shorts are going to come back. I used to upload the shorts every day. That's coming back. But my next stream is on Tuesday. Barcelona Bayern. Fabrizio Hussein, are you ready? Bye on the here, guys. Thank you.